Heyo YouTube, I'm bringing you guys the best point guard build in NBA 2K20. In the builder, you know we got so far. This build is called a scoring machine. It's a speed booster. It shoots, it does everything. So let's get right into it. So when you're making this, you know, these skill graphs, you know, a lot of them, there's only like 10 of them. You don't really get too many options. But the best one that we want to do is this one right here. You see the ball handling and three-pointer both go pretty high. The three-pointer is an 84. The ball handling gets pretty high. So you start with that, and then on the physical profile, again, you know, there's not too many of them. You know, you can't really go wrong with choosing any of these, but I go with the top one just because you want all the speed you can get. You know, you're going to be a scoring machine. You want all the speed to score. So the attributes, you know, the new things this year. So you see, you know, shooting's a big part of this build. So, of course, we're going to start with the shooting, you know, mid-range, three-point all the way up. Now, we're going to do free throw and post fade all the way up. One, because you get more badges, so even if you don't play rec and stuff. And then two, you know, post fade. You know, we want to be post fading with this dude. I'm not gonna lie. You know, because you know guards, they're gonna be having low strength. You could be backing up against them, and it's gonna add something to you, especially with those deep fades and stuff. It's gonna add a new element. I think people are sleeping on that. They're not realizing how, you know, OP it's actually gonna be. So go ahead and do that. You see the next, you know, finishing. You know, you want to be able to blow by a defender and get to the rim. So I just did the driving layup all the way up. That's going to get you some, you know, different packages that you can do. Driving dunk, you know, go ahead and get that all the way up because you want to be able to finish a wide open dunk or, you know, even go past someone to get a dunk. You know, you don't want to be, you know, full outside and then when you have to go inside, you're worried about hitting stuff. So just go ahead and have those two. Nothing else is too important. You know, you see me here. I'm adding close shot right here. This is important because if you don't get this, you know, exactly right, and then it's going to have a different name. If you want to be a scoring machine build, this is how you got to make it. And then, you know, defense, you see, you know, we got to have perimeter defense. That's a must. You want to have lateral quickness. You want to have steal. And, you know, you want to have some block. You know, you're not going to be inside. You're not going to be getting too many rebounds or anything. So that's important. And then as we go to the, you know, the height and stuff, 6'4" is a good sweet spot. You can go 6'3" or 6'5". It's really preference. And then you saw the wingspan. You don't have to be like, you know, minimum wingspan. You can go one up or, you know, how you want to do it. But you're going to have defensive badges. That's going to make up for the small wingspan. And then lowest weight just because we're going for full speed. You know, we're not going to need strength because you're not going to really be, you know, drop step and post spinning people. So speed, you know, over strength. And then there it is, the scoring machine. You know, you get compared to like Kyrie Irving, John Wall. You know, the comparison's a little bit off. I wouldn't pay too much attention to those. But, and then, yeah, you get 4 takeovers. You could be a shot creator, you could be a playmaking, you could be a spot-up shooter, and you could be a slasher. And that's big on this build because, you know, you're a scoring machine. You want to be able to do it all. And all 4 of those takeovers, it gives you a little bit different. Like this year, you know, if you want to be playmaking, you know, if you want to be shooting, it's fun to be able to switch it up. And, you know, you can choose ones for, like, comp if you're just kind of chilling and everything. And just seeing how it goes. So the next, you know, and for this demo, you want to go ahead and put it to 99. It's going to be easy to rep up this year. So this is basically going to be your finished product. You know, you don't have to play for 9 months, 12 hours a day to hit 99 this year. This is basically how it's looking, you see. So let's, you know, break down the badges. I didn't even mention because I was talking about everything else. But 22 shooting, 17 playmaking, 4 defending, which is big, and then 1 finishing. These badges, I'm not really gonna, you know, tell you guys exactly what to do because it all depends how you play. I see right here, you know, dead eye because I want to be able to finish on light contest because I like to, you know, dribble and pull up if I see a little bit of space. And I'm just kind of, you know, messing around with it. Difficult shots, I would say you want that on at least something. I'm putting it on Hall of Fame right now because I've been a shot creator. I was a shot creator a couple years. I love doing those. You know, if I, you know, get some space on someone, I want to do a leaning shot. I don't want to have to worry about having to stop my feet. Tireless because, you know, I'd be moving around with the ball. And then you saw, you know, deep range, range extender. Basically, you know, I want to be able to shoot the farthest possible, so I'm just going all the way with that. And then you go into playmaking, you know, same thing. Ankle breaker, I put on Hall of Fame. I don't know if that's going to be necessary, but I'm just having it just because I like getting those ankles. Space creator, you know, as me, I'm a shot creator at heart, so I want to be able to make all space like that. And then it just depends after that, you know, if you want, you know, dimer, any other passing badges, if you want more like ISO badges, it's all up to you. You know, these badges don't affect anything, and you can always change them. So with the four defensive badges, now this is big, so I definitely want clamps. and I want pickpocket. Now I might, adjust this a little bit. I might want to get intimidator on bronze or something. But, since you're not going to be, you're not a defensive build, but since you have just these few defensive badges, it's going to make all the difference. You're going to be able to get a couple more stops, here and there. You're going to be able to get, so now that the build's made, let me just take a little bit and kind of break it down. It makes people know you're not just, my voice sounds weird and stuff, I'm not on my normal setup. I'm, in the process of moving and stuff, so... it might not be super quality, but I'm trying to get the important information out to you guys. I'm not going to show gameplay because this is the demo. Playing my career doesn't really show anything. So let me just, but you can see the stats and you can see the badges, and that matters. Even though that's going to matter. So let's talk about it real quick. 22 shooting. So this build, basically a sharpshooter that can speed boost because you got an 89 ball control. So you're going to be fast. You're going to be able to shoot. Playmaking, so you'll basically kind of like a play sharp a little bit, from last year, a bunch of shooting badges, a bunch of playmaking, but finishing is underrated in this build. 70 drive and dunk, that gives you some dunking packages. And actually, I tried to make it, I tried to make my height and stuff, height, weight, and all that, to just be able to get 70 driving dunk, because that is going to unlock some new animations. 76 driving layup, that's going to get you some layups. So you can be, crafty when you go in the paint. Close shot if you're doing teardrops and stuff, which a lot of people don't, but I think it's important, to have, like, once you get the paint, be able to finish. Shooting's amazing. Look at that, 87 mid-range and an 88 three-pointer. I played on a build, playmaking shot creator last year that, the three-pointer was like a 78, and the mid-range, is right about the same, and I shot 62 from 3 and like 70 from the field. So this is going to be even crazier. I'm curious on this post fade. I think I might play around, with this build. You're going to be able to be at like the top of the key and do some shimmy fades and stuff. I'm really curious to see how that, I've tried it out in the demo, but we just don't know until we actually play the game. So I'm waiting to, kind of say if that's really OP or not. And then, defense is decent. You're going to be a guard. You're going to be 6'4", so, you're going to be guarding people. 73 perimeter defense, that's decent. Middle of the pack. Lateral quickness, decent, So you can stay in front of people. You're not a liability on defense. Steal 72, and then the block I put up just because, you want to have some shot contest. You want to have a chance to block people. So the only real weaknesses of this build is, you're going to get babying inside, and, you can even play around. I'm going to try and play around with it. If inside defense is really tough, and then you can play around and give more interior defense, that's no problem. But you're going to be short anyway, so interior defense is going to be tough, of course. And, you're not going to be doing standing dunks. But everything else, man, post moves, ball handles, shooting, layups, dunks, perimeter defense, it's all solid. I haven't really seen people be releasing, the scoring machine build. They're doing, like offensive threat and stuff, which is similar. But this is just, this build's more if, you like having the ball, any game mode, and you like dribbling, you like scoring, you like, shooting, you like dunking. I think this is going to be the most OP guard build in the game. You can't really go wrong with it. If you have any comments and, any questions, just tell me in the comments. If you want to, have any build advice or anything, just let me know. This is Tonic. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Alright, so now that the build's made, let me just take a little bit and kind of break it down. And, if my voice sounds weird and stuff, I'm not on my normal setup. I'm, in the process of moving and stuff, so...